Hey guys, welcome back on my YouTube channel. Today I want to make the last part of the Ultiguide and it's gonna be about the last tuner. I will show you all the champs needed to farm this content and you will see if you got this champs and you have these champs, obviously it is not difficult to reach the stage 100 in normal mode for the last tunnel. Let's see.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
So the first things to do is some trick. You have to go find this element. He is a dark unit, but don't worry, you can have him for free. The giant. In the last tunnel, you're gonna need to have a lot of stun and also bar reduction. And these guys got both of that in one skill. This is why you're gonna need to have him to farm the last tunnel very easily. With his skill 3, you will attack all the enemies and decrease their action bar by 50%. This is very huge. And it will inflict one turn stun if target's action bar is depleted. Damage passed on your defense. You don't care that much about the damage, even if he is doing a lot of damage. You can see the ratio at the end of the spears. It deals defense X 300%. This is huge. So this is the champs that you're gonna need to find. Right, right. Let me remember. You need to on the challenge. Yes, it was in the challenge. Last tunnel. No dungeon. Yeah, this is for the from the dungeon. Right here, check the strategy information of Anonymous HQ. So, um, as you can see, I don't farm this dungeon, but what do you need to do is only go right here on the Anonymous HQ and then read the strategy only. And then you will unlock the success and you will get this champ for free. And this is very awesome. And if you don't know that trick, then you can wait a very long time before to have this guy. Okay, now the next champ that you need to focus is Popo Rider, but you already invested in this champ for the boxing club, so just use the same champ that you use on the boxing club. Very easy. And another one that you're gonna also use in a lot of different content is Popo Rider as well, but in her fire version, because as I said, you need a lot of mechanic about the bar reduction, and this champ has on the skill tree the speed down in AoE. So this is insane, and it will also decrease the action bar by 30%. This is really, really insane. And also, she got some decent damage on the skill too. It is based on the target's max HP. So, more you reach at the high level from the last tunnel, more the element gonna have HP. So, you will reach some point where she will probably deal much more damage than any other of your damage dealer. So now you got three different champs with insane mechanic to control the different element in the last tunnel. Here is the next champs that you need to focus. This is the fire version of sharpshooter, and you can have her just in looking the strategy of the Disoff lab. So same this lab. So like you did for the dark giant, just go right here and this lab and read the strategy, and then you will unlock the success and got the flame sharpshooter element. And let's read this kit. She is doing very decent to mage, and also she will reduce the attack bar of all the enemies. So she is really insane. This is the four gems that you can have very easily. So now for the two last gems, sadly I don't have like a very good option for you. It's gonna be more about what element have you summoned, but you we will check the best jury and I will tell you um, who are the best element for the Lost Tunnel. You have the first and probably the best one in the 4 stars. Element is the puppet artist in water vision. He has a skill tree which will freeze, sleep, and do some descent damage. And he got some annoying skill 1 which will reduce the attack bar. And there he also puts the death down in AoE on all the enemies. So this is very, very, very decent kit for the last tunnel and also for PvP. So if you have this gem, you can be happy because he is very, very useful in this game, especially at the early game. And after in water element, who do we have? Which champ is useful for the last tuner? Obviously, this guy, but he's 5 stars. We will not speak that much about him, but he got Neo freeze and he's doing also very decent to mage. Okay, this is for the water element. We don't have that much things from what I know. Let's check the fire element. Yeah, you have this guy. This guy is very, very nice. He has some very specific passive. It will increase action bar of all allies by 15% each time your attack lands a critical hit. So he is a very good buffer of the action bar. And also he's doing the center mage, so very nice for Lost Tuner. Uh, this guy's this guy can be also usable there. He has speed down in AoE and he can decrease the action bar. Well, you understand the mechanic you need in this content. You need a lot of speed down, stun, AoE break death, and reduce action bar. But something that you also need is Oblivion mechanic, and this guy got something very wholesome. It is the Oblivion debuff on his passive. It means that when you attack an enemy except a boss, prevents their passive abilities from functioning and apply a 2-turn Oblivion to the target. And it will additionally deal some extra damage, but the most important thing is the Oblivion. And if you can abuse of the Oblivion, then the last tunnel is going to be very easy because Oblivion will prevent passive abilities from functioning. And the most difficult part in this content is to deal against the dark and light because dark and light unit got very annoying passive and sometimes you can't even fight because of this passives because you're gonna have to deal with 3, 4, maybe sometimes even 5 dark and light, and so it is just impossible to do anything if you can't disable the passive, and that's why Oblivion is really needed in the last tunnel. But don't worry, you don't have Oblivion only in Dark 5 stars. You need, let's check who got Oblivion. So the champ that you will need to use Well, this is a 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, and there I can light. This is this guy. And luckily, at the beginning of the game, I summoned this guy, Wisp Catcher, in wood element, and is the god of the Lost Tunnel because when you will use the Q2, he will put Oblivion for 2 turns for all the targets that got the same element. What I learned there, you can't read here that things, but I think it is from the passive. When applying a debuff to an enemy, all other enemies with the same attribute also receive the same debuff. So this is why you can put the Oblivion debuff in AoE with the skill 2. And this is why right now Wisp Catcher in Wood element is the goat of the Lost Tunnel. But don't worry, even if you don't have Oblivion, you should be able to grind the Lost Tunnel easily, at least for the normal mode. But when you will reach the hard mode, then yeah, you will probably need to play with Oblivion mechanic. And if you really don't have the Oblivion mechanic, don't forget that. And this is what is nice in this game. You can abuse of the I finished the normal mode. You can abuse of the support element. For example, what do I have in my guild? You see, I have this guy, and so I can use the music queen in light element and use the Oblivion mechanic from this champ. So this is why, and there you can see two guys gives their wisp catcher to probably help for the lost channel because as I said, even if this is not a 5 stars unit, it is a must have to grind the lost channel. And if you don't have this guy, well honestly, this is not the same game. So this is everything for the lost channel. Don't hesitate to, as you can see, this is the team that I use because I want to run a bit faster. This is why I use this guy, but basically you should use something like that. Poppy, yeah, right here. And you can also use my this girl. If you added me as a friend, you can use 10 times this gem, and this gem is very good for the last tunnel because she has damage that scales with the max HP, and on her S1 she got some amazing decrease action bar mechanic. And also you will benefit of the lead speed for all the units, and this is something very nice in last tunnel. So this is how you can farm the lost tuners. Obviously, it should be something like this. When you reach that kind of gym, then you can go from stage 1 to 100 without a doubt. So enjoy the game, guys. This is the last video about um, the ultimate guide that I have for you. So 3 different things to focus on when you start the game. First, the adventure in, if possible, using the support champ. So you should focus on someone with the dark queen, the dark music queen. Second part, focus on the boxing club. And then when you will got the gear and the champs that I showed you, you can start the last tunnel. So it should be around 15 days to finish the last to finish everything that I showed to you. If you play decently, like maybe 5 hours per day, so 15 days to finish all of this content. And after you can start the mid to late game content, and this is where you will enjoy much more the game because the beginning is just like some things to discover the game, and after if you want to have some really big difficulties and theorycraft about something, you will start that after this content. So bye bye guys, enjoy the game, see you soon for another video.